We're here at the edge of Texas. You're going into the best state in the nation. We're talking with Kyle Petty, and I knew the train would come.
Oh, yeah, always.
And it is the charity ride of Kyle Petty's Across America. You started when?
We started Saturday in Napa, California, went to Redding, California, then to Reno, Nevada, over to Richfield, Utah, Grand Junction, Colorado, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then Lubbock, Texas tonight.
And so about how many miles do you make a day approximately?
Well, it depends. We had one day that was a little over 500 and one day that was a little under 200. Today's just a little over 300. So that's about it. It averages out to about 300 and something.
Now, Kyle, you're riding a what?
I ride Harley. But we got BMWs and Kawasaki's and Suzuki's and a little bit of everything.
And how many people are on this charity ride?
That's a good question. There's about 225, 230 people. There's probably about 100 bikes. Got a lot of support people and a lot of people that make things happen.
And these people have their own bikes or motorcycles.
Yes.
And do they pay their own way, or do they have to put some into the kitty for the charity?
That's the way it works. They pay a certain fee to ride. We take care of hotel rooms, gas, stuff like that, and then 80% of the money goes to the charity that we do, the Victory Junction Camp. So, and then we have sponsors like Coca-Cola and Freightliner and Krispy Kreme, a little bit of everybody. So we've got a lot of sponsors, so that helps too.
And now tell me, how did it all start, the charity ride?
It just started 18 years ago. A few of us just wanted to ride across country, and that's what we did. And it just kind of grows every year, and this is what it is. This is our 18th year.
And you're ending where?
Ended in Fort Worth at the Speedway, at Texas Motor Speedway there. Eddie Gossage, the president of Texas Motor Speedway, is with us. So we're ending at the Speedway this year.
And so now tell me about you. When did you actually race your first, not motorcycle, a race car race?
Oh, a long time ago, 78, 79, and I quit in 2008. So been retired a few years, do a little TV and do some of that stuff, but that's about it.
And so if you could sit in the stands, what venue would you like to sit in? Which one of these racetracks would be the most comfortable, the most exciting?
I like Daytona because they got an ocean down there, but Texas is probably second.
And what about racing on the track? Which one do you like best?
Oh, I don't know. They're all fun. It's kind of like fishing or playing golf. There's always, as long as you're out there doing it, it's fun.
Now tell us a little bit about your Victory Junction Camp.
Yeah, it's a camp for children with chronic and life-threatening illnesses. We see about 23 different disease groups. It's free to all kids that come. The camp's in North Carolina. It goes year-round.
Year-round?
Year-round. It's a year-round camp.
And what age?
6 to 16. And we see about 4,000 kids a year.
And tell me how that started.
Our oldest son was killed racing in an accident 12 years ago, and we started the camp right after that. So it's part of our family now, and these kids are part of our family.
Yeah. And your father, Richard, how is he?
He's doing good. Back in North Carolina, getting ready to go. They might be in Alabama now. They're racing in Alabama this weekend. That's where I'm going. Once we get to Texas, I'm going on to Alabama.
I see. Well, thank you for coming our way, and you'll be going through the best little town, the only one named Muleshoe, of course, in Texas, in just a few minutes.
Can't wait.
Come back, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just one of the many people on this ride is Herschel Walker. What's the first time you ever picked up a football, Herschel?
First time I ever picked up a football probably when I was about 12. I didn't grow up knowing that much about football growing up in the South. We worked a great deal, so football was something unfamiliar with me for a little bit.
And tell me about your mother. She was really instrumental in your life, wasn't she?
She was. I'm very fortunate to have both my mother and father. I was raised in a Christian home, and they've laid a good foundation down for me. And I think that was the biggest part of everything that ever happened to me in my life, because I had something to fall back on. And I think that's one thing we got to do with our young people today. Just because they're not your kid, I think we still got to take responsibility to try to help them, to let them understand that there is something better in life.
and we're being just deluged right now about injuries to the head in football. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's very hard. Athletes are getting bigger, they're getting faster, so the collision is going to be a little bit harder. So, that is something that they need to look very serious about. It's sad that a lot of the guys, like my caliber that played a long time ago, that got these injuries. I think the league got to take the responsibility right now to do something to help them, whether it's through health care or whatever they need to do. They got to do something to help these guys right now.
And what do you think, or do you think about A&M moving to your old conference?
Well, I think it's going to be great. A&M has got a good program. They got a very, very good school. It's going to be a very good conference. And I think with adding them is going to just add a little bit of credibility to the SEC. The SEC has been doing very well. They won, the last couple of championships. And I think adding the Texas A&M is only going to bring a little bit more clout to us.
You want to say anything about the Cowboys down in Dallas?
Well, I think the Cowboys got a good team. I think one thing that they got to do is they got to have a little bit more discipline. They're not last year was not the sign of the old Cowboys, but, they got the talent. I think Jerry Jones is a good owner. I had a chance to play with Jason Garrett, and I think he's going to do a good job. Now he's going to have a chance to go into training camp, so I think he's going to do well.
And you ride motorcycles too?
I do. I've had an opportunity to be on this ride here for about 8 years. Being able to give back, being able to give back and help the kids out there is something special. And I thank Kyle every day for giving me that opportunity.
I bet. Well, thank you for coming into Texas.
Hey,
it's riding.
And thank you guys for showing up.